am She Dejanay, and you are here for the first iteration of the Chronicles. Before we get into what that is all about, I need you to go ahead and like and subscribe. I am hoping to keep you all around for what is sure to be a very promising journey. But today, we're doing the first episode of something that is near and dear to my heart. I told y'all that I am a bit of a hobby collector, so one of the things that I do on the side that is near and dear to me is pole dance. And because there is not a lot of information out there, at least in my opinion, as far as current journeys of people who are learning pole dance while they are plus size, I figured I might as well be the one to help fill in that gap. Let me be clear, I am in no way an expert on pole dance. I am a high beginner / intermediate dancer at the max. There's still a lot of things that are on my to-do list, especially a lot of strength that I am still gaining. And I'm just here for the fun of it for the most part. I started my first pole class way back in around 2016, but I didn't actually start real deal courses until October of 2023. So we got about a little over a year in this thing. And honestly, it's been some of the most fulfilling time that I have had in my own self-development. Now, I originally became interested in pole way back when, like high school way back when. But that was back when things were a little less well accepted, especially where I live. I'm from the South. People are picky and judgmental as it is, and at the time, that wasn't even a conversation to be had. I remained interested well into college, and then past college was when it really became an option for me to actually try a course or two. And then I did, and I'll insert a little clip of what I looked like up here somewhere so y'all can see how that went. But as far as why I finally decided to take pole seriously and like really get into my classes in 2023, I had just had my 30th birthday. Actually, I bought the course for myself for my 30th birthday. One of the local pole studios in the place I was living at the time had a running series where basically the goal was to try something new, discover new about yourself, and basically reignite your spice for life. So I took the 4-week course that they offered. It was one course a week just to see if it was something I was still interested in doing, and I fell in love with it all over again. So it's been up ever since. I stayed at that pole studio for 6 months, and then I moved and I started again at the pole studio where I live now, and it's been me and pole since then. I think it's been a really interesting journey for me between those two studios, because I went from an environment where my classes were always full to a place where it may just be me and my instructor. And both of those, I think, have been good for me. Now, for anyone who is interested in starting pole and they're wondering, like, are there any prerequisites? Is there anything that they need to work on before they get started? Absolutely not. When I took my first pole class, I probably was about 335, 345 pounds. I didn't have no upper body strength. I barely had lower body strength. I didn't know what I was doing. My rhythm was suffering from years of lack of dancing in public due to, body image issues. And I had a good old time. There is no place quite like a pole studio, especially if you find one that has a good group of, well-meaning people who are all there for the same thing. There's little to no judgment. I ain't gonna say there's no judgment at all, because you may end up in a place with some weird people. There's always a weird bunch somewhere. But if you end up in a place where the people are just as much in there to learn as you, and they got their own stuff that they're worried about as far as their journey, you're gonna have a good time. You are going to have a great time. All right, so one last thing that I wanted to get into before we move on and let go of this introduction is, what exactly are my goals for pole, especially going into the 2025 year? As of right now, me and my instructor are trying to gauge where exactly my level is for pole. There are some things that are in the beginner level that are harder for me than the average size person. But there are some things that are harder for the average size person that are considered more advanced that are a little bit easier for me. Take that as you will. We are trying to figure out where I am on that list of things. But as far as actual pole moves and skills that I want to gain this year specifically, I'm a year and a few months in. This is the year that I want to finally invert from the ground. I will maybe insert a quick clip of what that may look like if I can. But basically, you're standing on the ground in front of the pole. You're using your abs and your arms mostly to pull yourself up from the ground, feet overhead, and grab onto the pole that way. And I had been practicing that in the past, never got it. So I want this year to be the year that it happens. Number 2 on the list, I want to perfect my climb without shoes on. I can climb halfway decent with shoes on because the shoes offer a little extra grip. Without shoes, I'm a little slippy slidey. So I want to perfect that technique. And third thing that I would love to get this year, just as far as spins go, I want to perfect my ballerina spin. I've been able to do it for like a half a second. And I would like to make it longer than that. But yeah, that's all I have for this video today. I just wanted to get us introduced to the idea of what I'll be talking about going along in the future. And I hope to continue to see you here for the Chrome Chronicles. Here's my diary of a plus size polar. Y'all have a good day, good night, good evening, whatever you're having. And feel free to like, subscribe, turn on those notifications so you know when we get the next iteration. And I'll see y'all on the next go round. Take care.